Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I mentioned that I was going to do a video on the final lineup for iLand2, but before that, I just wanted to make a quick little video going over my thoughts on all the contestants before the next episode airs, which, if I'm right, is an elimination episode. So also comment down below your thoughts on any of the contestants, what you think of iLand2 so far, and I'll include them in my next video. And yeah, we're just going to go through all the contestants, get my personal thoughts, who I think can make it, who I think I would like to make it. And without further ado, let's just get into it. So first, we're going to talk about the If I Were a Boy team, which consists of Jiyoon and Jungin. And we're going to start off with Jiyoon. Now, I know Jiyoon kind of had her little redemption arc going into part 2. And I personally think that she is a really, really good vocalist, and she does have really nice stage presence when she's performing. And out of the two of them, I would say that she has the higher chance of debuting in terms of voting and in terms of vocal capabilities. And personally, I wouldn't say that she's in my personal top 6, but at the same time, I wouldn't be mad if she ends up making the lineup. And then let's talk about Jungin. Now, Jungin, on the other hand, I would personally prefer in the lineup. That's just me. If it happens to be between the two of them, I would choose Jungin. But I know that she's probably not gonna make the lineup just because voting-wise, she isn't the most popular, which it will never fathom to me why, because she has really good vocals, she's a really good dancer. And I just hope that in the future, if she does not make the lineup, she can debut, because she definitely has the ability to debut. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I would pick Jungin personally to debut in the lineup, but I don't think that she would make it. Now let's move on to the spicy team, which consisted of Yuju and Coco. And also forgot to mention that if I had to pick my personal favorite from the If I Were a Boy team, I would personally pick Jungin, even though I think both of them did a really good job. I just preferred Jungin. I had to rewatch just to see if I was right on who I would pick. But in terms of the spicy team, I would say I think Coco did a bit better, but that's just me. I think we could also agree that Yuju was the better rapper in this scenario and Coco was the better performer. And I know some people were debating on this performance because, a rap performance, it's kind of favored towards Coco because she, in terms of both of them, is the better dancer. But that's just me. So let's get into both of them, starting with Coco. Coco is in my personal top 6, and I could definitely see her making the final lineup. And I feel like she can grow, potentially to be a decent rapper within a girl group setting. And she already has really good presence. She can be very present when she's on the stage, and I live for her. So I wouldn't be mad if she makes the lineup. But in terms of Yuju literally used to be in my top 6, but I don't think that it's highly likely that she will make the final lineup, just in terms of how the voting is. I don't think I could see her in the final lineup. And I think even if she doesn't make it, she'll be fine, because she has a lot of potential. She is a really good rapper, and with time I feel like she could be a good dancer as well, because you can definitely see that Yuju can command the stage when she's performing. She has the potential. Next, let's talk about the Four Walls team, which had Gyuri, Fuko, and Sarang. And honestly, I loved this performance so much. I don't know why, I just love this song. It's probably just because I like this song, but I generally did think this was a decent performance. I liked it a lot. And the standout to me was honestly Gyuri, and that's saying a lot, which we'll get into in a little bit. But first, let's talk about Fuko. Fuko is my number 1 pick. Since I think the ending of part 1, let's say that the ending of part 1, we'll get into why I'm saying specifically that later. But yes, Fuko, definitely I can see making the lineup, and I can definitely see her making the lineup from me, and also from like a producer standpoint. I could see them wanting to push her to make the lineup as well. So I wouldn't be mad if she makes it, because she definitely has really good vocals. She has some really good stage presence, and I wouldn't be mad regardless. Next, talk about Goody. Goody, low-key, I think is kind of underrated in my opinion. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. I think it's just because I don't really hear people talking about Goody in terms of like how they would talk about other contestants, especially for the contestants I'm going to talk about next. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad if she makes a lineup, but I can also see her not making it. She isn't in my personal top 6, but I wouldn't be mad if she made it. Regardless, she definitely has growth, and she definitely has a lot of time because she is very young. And then finally, let's talk about Sarang. I feel like with Sarang, she doesn't particularly stand out to me, but she is by no means a bad trainee at all. Like she has really good vocals. She just has to work a little bit on her stability, and she is a really good dancer. Like especially during part 1, you can see that she has really good dancing abilities, and I wouldn't be mad if she makes the lineup either, but she's just not personally in my top 6, which isn't a bad thing at all. Like I think all of them, especially this team, is really good, and I wouldn't be mad if any of them made it. But I think in terms of Sarang, I'll just have to wait until like the next performance that they have just to see. But I wouldn't be mad if she makes the lineup, but I also don't think that she would make it. Finally, let's talk about the money team, which consisted of Sebi, Mai, Juwon, Soojung, and Jimin. And there are a lot of girls in this team, so I'm going to try my best to sum up my thoughts the best way I can. And my personal favorites in this performance were Soojung and Juwon. So let's quickly start off with Jimin. Jimin, let's be honest here, we all know that once the show aired, once it was announced she was in the show, she was going to make it. Because I personally have not seen Are You Next, and I'm planning to watch it once iLand2 is finished. But yeah, I feel like even if she didn't have the popularity that she did going into iLand2, she would make it because of how good she is for where she is at right now. So she's not in my personal top 6 because I already knew that she was gonna make it. But if she doesn't, that's gonna be the biggest gag. But like, nonetheless, I feel like Jimin is gonna make it, and obviously the producers want her to make it. So yeah. Next up, let's talk about Mai. Mai, I might make some people mad about this, but I don't care. I'm gonna say what I feel at this moment. In this moment right now, I personally don't see Mai in the final lineup as of this moment. Yes, she has grown. We can see her growth from part 1 up to like right now, and I feel like my opinion could change once like the final episodes air. It's just as of right now, I could see her in the final lineup, but as of right now, she's not one of my picks that I would personally want in the lineup. But like I said, it could change. I'm just stating how I feel right now, okay? Don't hate me. Next up, let's talk about Sebi. Sebi I feel like she can make the lineup as well. She has the popularity. You can see her growth. And I just feel like personally, Sebi just shines brighter in like cuter girl crush concepts than she does in like, say, I'm the best, or I know she didn't do I'm the best, but like songs like I'm the best or Money. I don't feel like she personally shines in those types of concepts, but not to discredit her in any way. She definitely could make the lineup, and I can see her making the lineup. Now let's talk about Soojung and Juwon, starting with Juwon. Juwon is in my top 6. I know she's more than likely not going to make it, but I feel so bad for her because she is such a good performer, and I love watching her perform. And it sucks that she doesn't have the popularity or the votes to potentially push her to the next episode. And it sucks, and I hate it because I love her so much. Even if she doesn't make the lineup, she needs to debut because she is so talented, and I just wish that she had more screen time because, like, even though she doesn't have much going on, she is talented. Like, I'm just forever mad if she doesn't make it. But let's let's talk about our last trainee, Soo-jung. I know that Soo-jung probably has the most controversy as of right now because of recent events that happened in the last few episodes especially. And as I mentioned about one of the trainees from Four Walls, the reason why I mentioned what I mentioned is because Soo-jung used to be in my personal top 6, well, at least in my personal top trainees, because that girl can dance, she can grow as a rapper and a performer, and she just has so much potential. But I know she's more than likely not going to make the lineup, and it's saddening to my heart because I watched the episode. I knew what happened. I know she said what she said about, during I'm the Best when they were practicing, and what she said about Mai, and I know that is what dragged a lot of people down. Like, that was their last straw with Soo-jung. And I just felt so bad because I understand Soo-jung. Like, it is an individual competition in part 2, but at the same time, you didn't really have to say out loud what you said, because that just made her voting drop dramatically. And I feel like if Juwon's not going to make the next episode, it's going to be between either her, Yuju, or Jungin in terms of who's going to be that final person to make it to the finale. And I don't know if Soo-jung's going to make it, which sucks. And, I don't really know how to transition from there, but Soo-jung at this moment is a honorable mention for me in terms of who I would like to see in the top 6, but I know it's highly likely that she's more than likely not going to make it, and there's not much we can do. So those are my thoughts on iLand2 as of right now. And just to sum up everything, I feel like Jimin, Ji-yoon, Fuko, Coco, Sebi, Mai, Giri, Sarang, Jungin, and possibly Yuju could make it to the next episode, as the top 10 trainees. And I feel like Ju-won is one likely going to get eliminated, and potentially Soo-jung as well, which would be sad, but at the end of the day, it is a survival show, and it is an Mnet show, so this is what we signed up to watch anyway. So, like I said, let me know what your thoughts are on iLand2 as of right now, and I'll include them in my next video. Who are your picks? What are your predictions? What do you think will happen? Who do you think will make the lineup? Who do you think won't? Some popular opinions you have about the show as of right now. Let me know, and I'll put them in the video. And next time I do iLand2, we'll talk about the final lineup, and I'm sure it's going to be interesting. But yes, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.